Hi, good morning, friends. Friends, I'm Gaurav Gupta and I welcome all of you to the Tuesday DI Mantra on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. Now, friends, BYJU'S Exam Prep is the most comprehensive app for all the examinations, including CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. Friends, in this series of sessions in Tuesday DI Mantra, I will be deciphering all the DI techniques, which will definitely help you in scoring wonderful marks in the DI section of CAT and other MBA entrance examinations like Narsi Munji, Symbiosis, ZAT, IFT, IPSAT, and plenty of other entrance examinations. Friends, this series of sessions, basically deciphering DI techniques, this will be held on every Tuesday at 11 a.m. So I'll be live in front of you on every Tuesday of this month. So right now, this series of sessions has 4 sessions, including today's session. So today we will be talking about deciphering DI techniques and we'll be using pie charts for that. And this session will be followed, like I mentioned, on every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Okay, live on YouTube. And in the subsequent sessions, I'll be discussing different other techniques of handling the questions of data interpretation. All right. And in these sessions, like the next Tuesday and the subsequent Tuesdays, we'll be covering different types of charts like bar graphs, line charts, and tabular data. All right. Now, in each of these sessions, I'll basically start with some of the basic techniques that will help you in data interpretation. So I'll be discussing some wonderful techniques which will increase the speed of your calculations using percentages and approximations. So yes, approximations is one of the most important things that we need to understand, that we need to basically implement in order to save a lot of time while solving questions on data interpretations. All right. So today I'll be starting with very basic things, okay, and that will definitely increase your speed in these entrance examinations. Fine. So friends, let's start with this session. All of you, I hope, must be ready. So let's have a look at this. So starting with a basic thing, reciprocal to percentages or percentage equivalence of some of the fractions. Now, this is a very important thing that will definitely help you in the chapter of percentages when it comes to QA, as well as in saving a lot of time when it comes to questions of data interpretations. All right. So some of the reciprocals to percentages I have mentioned on the screens. Now, the thing is, what we do is we try to cram all these values independently. Now, friends, there is no limit to these fractions. If you will start cramming all these, definitely you will learn them in a matter of 10 or 15 days, but it will be difficult for us to retain these numbers. Okay, so what I believe is if I'll basically establish certain connection between all these percentages, equivalence of fractions, if I'll relate them with the previous values, if I'll develop some funny ways, some innovative ways to remember all these things, then it will be easier for us to basically recall these values up to a later instant of time. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So I have not written all these percentage equivalents of fractions right now. I'll be discussing them quickly one by one. Okay, so if I'll start with 1 by 2, so all of us know that if I want to calculate half of any value, if I want to calculate half of any value, then it is equal to 50%. All right, so half of any value is 50%. Now from 50% or from 1 by 2, if you want to go to 1 by 4, then what I have done is I have divided 1 by 2 by 2. So 1 by 2 divided by 2 is 1 by 4. So its percentage equivalent will be equal to 25%. All right. So what I've done is I've just divided the previous value by 2 and I'll keep on doing this thing for the next fractions. So 1 by 4 divided by 2 will be equal to 1 by 8 and 25% when divided by 2 will be 12.5%. Okay, now 1 by 8 divided by 2 is 1 by 16 and 12.5 divided by 2 will be equal to 6.25. So percentage equivalent for 1 by 16 will be equal to 6.25. So In various questions, you will see that they'll ask you to calculate 6.25% of something. So 6.25, let's say 6.25% of, I need to calculate it for 2000. Okay, now 6.25% of 2000, it looks a little difficult. Now, if I'll convert this 6.25% into its fractional equivalent, which is 1 by 16, so I can say that now the calculation has become a little easier. It looks easier. Okay, so we can save a plenty of time in like by converting percentages into their fractional equivalents and solving them with less amount of error. Okay, right. Now let's move on to the next part, the next line. Now it is 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 is equal to 33.33. Now how basically am I reaching to this value? So if I start from 1 by 3, I want to convert this fraction into its percentage equivalent. So what I'll do is I'll multiply it by 100 and calculate the value of 100 divided by 3. So 100 divided by 3 is 33.33. It's simple as that. All right. So 1 by 3 is 33.33. Moving ahead, again half of 1 by 3, then half of 1 by 6, then half of 1 by 12, and so on. So I'll keep dividing these values by 2. So 33.33 divided by 2 will be 16.67, which is the equivalent for 1 by 6. 16.67 को 2 से divide कर दो. So 16.67 divided by 2 will be 8.33, which is the equivalent for 1 by 12. And simply in the similar manner, 1 by 24 is 4.16. All right. Now, likewise, I have done in the next line. So 1 by 5 is 20%, 1 by 10 will be 10%, and 1 by 20 will be 5%. All right. Now, to determine the equivalent for 1 by 15, so I start from 1 by 5. Instead of dividing it by 2, I will divide it by 3. So 1 by 5 divided by 3 will be 1 by 15, of course, and its equivalent will be 20% divided by 3. So 20 को 3 से divide कर दो. This is a very simple task. 20 divided by 3 will be equal to 6.67. All right. Now, please be patient because I'll be discussing some wonderful techniques in order to save your time. All right. So I'll be discussing. So I've started with basics, but definitely I'll be increasing the level. All right. So you will definitely gain a lot of things from this session. Now let's move on to the next set of percentage equivalents of fractions. So the next set, I've taken these values. So 1 by 7 yaad karna padega. Okay, so 1 by 7, when I saw this thing for the first time, so how I try to remember the equivalent for 1 by 7. Okay, so 1 by 7, so double of 7 is 14, point, double of 14 is 28. Okay, so 7 का double यहाँ पे लिख दिया and 14 का double यहाँ पे लिख दिया. So 1 by 7 is equal to 14.28. All right. Now in the similar manner, I'll derive 1 by 14 as well as 1 by 28 by dividing 14.28 by 2, 7.14, and 7.14 divided by 2 is 3.57. All right. Okay. Now moving on to the next set of values. 1 by 9 and 1 by 11, try to learn these two values together. Okay, try to establish a certain relation between these values. Okay, now logically there is no relation, but visually if you look at it, 1 by 9 is 11.11, 1 by 11 is 9.09. So in 1 by 9 I'm using 11, in 1 by 11 I am using 9. Okay, so 1 by 9 and 1 by 11 can be related in this manner, right? Okay, now next set of values can be derived by dividing 1 by 9 by 2. So 1 by 18, if I look at 1 by 18 independently, I'll not be able to remember this value. Okay, so 1 by 18 के लिए क्या करो, 1 by 9 को 2 से divide कर दो. So 1 by 9 divided by 2, simply 11.11 को 2 से divide करना है. So 11.11 divided by 2 will give you 5.55. All right. In the similar manner, 1 by 11. From here, if I want to go to 1 by 22. So again, 1 by 22, if you look at it independently, it will be difficult to remember. So 1 by 11, I remember this value 9.09. So divided by 2, you will obtain 4.54 or 4.55. So it's better 4.54. Remember this. Okay, right. Now moving on to the next set of values. Again, 1 by 13 and 1 by 17. We need to remember these values. Okay, so 1 by 13 is 7.69 and 1 by 17 is 5.88. Okay, try to remember these values. Now moving on to the next set of values, I'll give you a wonderful way just to remember it for a couple of days. Okay, now whenever these values will come in front of you, you can apply the same technique and you can derive these values. Okay, so let's establish a relation between 1 by 19, 1 by 20 and 1 by 21. The values are already written on the screen. Now 1 by 20 I can easily calculate, it will be 5%. Okay, now let's have a look at deriving 1 by 19 and 1 by 21 for these from this value. Okay, now again there is no logical connection here. Fine, it's just another way of remembering this. It's just another funny way of remembering this. Okay, fine. Now 1 by 20 is 5%. Okay, now the value of 1 by 19, denominator is decreased. So the value of 1 by 19 will be more than 5%. And the value of 1 by 21 will be less than 5%. Okay, 1 by 19 more than 5%, 1 by 21 will be less than 5%. Okay, now to look at 1 by 19 and 1 by 21, just look at this value 5%. 1 by 20 is 5%. 5 ka square kar do. So square of 5 is 25. All right, and just add 0.25 to 5%, it will give you 5.25, and subtract the same thing from 5%. So 5 minus 0.25 will be 4.75. Again, 1 by 20 is 5%. 5 का square कितना होता है? 25. So 0.25 add कर दिया मैंने and 0.25 subtract कर दिया to get the values of 1 by 19 and 1 by 21. Okay, a way of remembering these values. The same thing can be applied to one more set of values here. So if you will check it, 1 by 24, 1 by 25 and 1 by 26. Okay, now 1 by 25 is 4%. The square of 4 is 16. So add 0.16 and get this value of 1 by 24. So it will be 4.16, and subtract 0.16 and you will get the value of 1 by 26, which is 3.84. Okay, so a similar kind of thing can be applied to 1 by 19, 1 by 20, 1 by 21 and 1 by 24, 1 by 25 and 1 by 26. A wonderful way of remembering these values. Okay, great. Now let's look at the next set of values. Again, a funny way of remembering these two values. I'll talk about 1 by 23 and 1 by 29. Okay, we'll be looking at the approximate values. Though 1 by 23 की value लिखी हुई है, I don't take this value. Okay, I'll tell you 1 by 23 and 1 by 29. Now to remember these two values, I will recall one of the theorems that all of us have done in primary classes. Okay, the theorem's name is Pythagoras theorem, right? All of us know Pythagoras theorem. Now if I talk about Pythagoras theorem, then there is one basic Pythagorean triplet that all of us must know. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagorean triplet. That means these three numbers satisfies Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now the percentage equivalent for 1 by 23 and 1 by 29 is related to these three numbers. Okay, now approximate value of 1 by 23, approximate value of 1 by 23 is 4 point something. Okay, approximate value of 1 by 23 is 4 point something. Now, out of these numbers, if I'll remove 4, I'll be left with 3 and 5. So 1 by 23 is 4.35. Alright, I'll repeat. 1 by 23, I'm relating this with these three numbers, 3, 4 and 5. Approximate value of 1 by 23, approximate value of 100 by 23 is 4 point something. So out of these three numbers, out of these three digits, if I remove 4, I'll be left with 3 and 5. So 4.35 is the value of 1 by 23. Similarly, 1 by 29. Let's look at this one. Now 1 by 29, 100 upon 29 is approximately equal to 3 point something. If I'll take out 3, I'll be left with 4 and 5 from above numbers. So 3.45 is the value of 1 by 29. Okay. So these are some innovative ways, some different techniques I can use to basically remember these percentage equivalents of fractions. All right. Okay. Now friends, let's move on to the next step. Okay. The basics of percentages. Okay. I'll cover them very quickly. Some of these logics are like, we are going to implement some of these logics in today's lecture. So you will have a look at the applications of these logics as well in order to save your time. Okay. So the first thing is percentage change, a very basic thing. So percentage change is defined by change in value upon original value. So always understand, in case of percentages or profit loss discount, the concept says that wherever you will see percentage change, it is always calculated on the original value. So in the denominator, we'll always keep the initial value, not the final value. All right. So let's say initial value is 78 and the final value is 91. All right. Now initial value is 78, final value is 91, and I am looking to find out the percentage change here. Okay. Now value wise, what is the change from 78 to 91? Value wise, what is the change? Yes, anyone? Siddharth, you are asking till what number should we be remembering? So Siddharth, it will be better if you remember these percentage equivalents of fraction up till 1 by 30. Okay. So 1 by 30 tak use hoti hai examination mein. Fine. It will be good if you remember till 1 by 30. All right. Chalo. Now here the value wise change is 13. Okay. And the original value is 78. Right. Now if we want to find out the percentage change, what we do is change upon original value, and to convert it into percentages, we multiply it by 100. Now I rarely do this particular thing, the last step. Okay. I will not multiply it by 100, okay, because I'm not going to multiply and then divide it by 78. Okay, I'm not going to do that. So I'll just try to simplify this fraction. 13 upon 78 can be written as 1 upon 6. And if you remember the percentage equivalent for 1 by 6, then it will be very easy, very time saving for all of you to mark the answer. Okay, so 1 by 6 is how much? 16.66 or 16.67 percentage. All right. So in this case, initial value 78, final value 91, the percentage change is 16.67. All right. A very basic thing that we must remember. Okay. Now let's have a look at certain more examples to find out the percentage change. Okay. Now let's say initial value is 943 and the final value is 1025. Okay. 943 initial value and 1025 is the final value. I want to find out percentage change. So first of all, I'll calculate the change. Now value has changed from 943 to 1025. So the difference between these two values will be, I can say that 57 plus 25, it will be 82. All right. So 82 will be the difference between these two values. Okay. Sorry. Yes. So 82 यहाँ पे लिख देते हैं. एक second wait करो. So change is equal to 943 से 1025. So 57 plus 25, it is 82. And initial value here is equal to 943. So what I have to do is I have to find out this 82 is what percentage of 943. Okay, fine. Now I'm not multiplying it by 100. Okay, I'll calculate it as it is. Now let's look at some of the approximation techniques that will help us in finding the answer. I have to find out 82 is what percentage of 943. So 943 will be treated as base. Okay, so pick up this number 943. Now all of you tell me what will be 10% of 943. 10% of 943. 10% of 943 will be 94.3. Or if I'll first of all write 100%, so 100% of a number will be the number itself. So 100% of 943 will be 943 itself. So 10% of 943 will be 94.3. Similarly, what will be 1% of this value? 1% will be 9.43. So what I'm basically doing, on the left hand side, I'm dividing it by 10. On the right hand side, I am shifting the decimal. Again, basically, I'm dividing these values by 10. So likewise, 0.1% अगर calculate करना है तो कितना हो जाएगा? It will be 0.943. All right, fine. Now 10% I already have. So if I want to look at 20%, 30%, 40%, so 10% already have. 20% will be double of this value, 94.3 multiplied by 2, 188.6. 30% will be triple of this, 40% will be 4 times this value. Similarly, I have 1%, I can calculate 2%, 3%, and so on by multiplying these numbers by 2, 3, or 4. Okay? Okay? Now let's move on to calculate this value. Okay, I'll be doing approximation, right? So 94.3, I need 82 is what percentage of that? So I can see that 943 ka 10%, 943 ka 10% is 94.3 and I require the value 82. Okay, so I can say that my answer will be less than 10%. So just by looking at this, I can say that answer will be less than 10%. So if you have among the options only one option which is less than 10%, you can straight away mark that answer and move to the next question. Okay, so this is the beauty of understanding these things. There is only one option which is less than 10%. Move ahead, mark that option as the answer and start solving the next one. Now, but what can be done if the options are 7%, 8%, 9%, and 10%? Let's say these are the options. Okay, so I've got 10%. Now I have reached to 94.3 and I require 82. Okay, so what I can do is, can I subtract 1%? So if I'll subtract 1%, that is 9.43 approximately. Okay, 94 में से 9 अगर subtract करेंगे, 94 में से अगर मैं 9 subtract करता हूँ, I'll get 85. So if I'll subtract 9.43, I'll get 84.87 as my answer. All right, 84.87. Now this will be 9%. So 10% minus 1% is 9%. So 84.87. So 9% is 84.87 and I require 82. So can I say that my answer will be less than 9%? Yes, definitely. So my answer will be somewhere around 8 and 9%, somewhere in the middle of 8 and 9%. Okay. Now my options were 7, 8, 9 and 10 percentage. So out of 8 and 9 percentage, which of the options will be suitable to mark? Let's see. If I'll further go for 8%, it will be somewhere around 75 point something. Now there is no need to write the values after the decimal. Itna approximations chal sakta hai. Okay? So 8% will be 75 point something. Now out of 84 and 75, which one is near to my answer? 84 is much nearer. Okay, so I will mark 9% as the answer. Not 8% but 9%. All right, so this is the method that can be used as an approximation technique to save plenty of your time. Okay, fine. So please do practice all these things after the class is over. Okay, this will certainly help you in saving a lot of time. Now let's move on to the next thing that will be helpful, or the application of which we'll be covering in today's lecture. Okay, now the thing is successive percentage change. Now obviously all of you or most of you must be knowing about this technique. Now let's look at first of all the basic of this technique, successive percentage change. Okay, now successive percentage change means whenever percentage change is happening one after the other on the same value. So let's say I have x. Okay, first of all I increase x by 10%. Okay, or instead of x, let's consider 100 as the base. Okay, so first of all 100 is increased by 10%, and then the value obtained is further increased by 20%. Okay, so first of all increase by 10% and then increase by 20%, right? Now after increasing 100 by 10%, the value will become 110. Okay, 10% of 100 will be 10. So I'll add 10 to the original value and the final value will be 110. Now I have to increase 110 by 20%. Okay, so 20% of 110 कितना होगा? So easy है अब आप लोगों के लिए calculate करना. So 10% of this value will be 11. 20% will be 11 into 2, that is 22. Okay, so add 22 to the previous value, that is add 22 to 110, and the final value that you will get will be 132. All right. Now I am sitting on this value 132. Original value was 100 and final value is 132. So from 100 I have reached to 132. So I can say that the percentage change here will be 32 upon 100, or I can say that it will be 32%. Okay, so net percentage change is an increase of 32%. Okay, now what I've done is I have calculated all these values. I have done plenty of calculations, but this value of net percentage change can also be calculated by using a short formula, a shortcut. Okay, the formula is net percentage change is equal to a plus b plus ab upon 100. Now let us quickly understand this formula. Okay, so let's say x, I want to increase it by 10% and then further by 20%. Okay, now here a and b are these percentage changes. So the value of a is 10, the value of a is 10, and the value of b is 20. Now while applying this formula, we have to be very careful with the signs of a and b. So the formula will remain same, a plus b plus ab upon 100, but if you have an increase, it will have a positive sign. If you have a decrease, it will have a negative sign. Okay, I'll give you one more example for decrease as well. ठीक है? So A का value क्या होगा? It will be plus 10. B का value will be plus 20. Okay, I'll feed these two values in the above formula. So net percentage change will be equal to A plus B plus A into B upon 100. Okay, so the answer will be 10 plus 20, that is 30, plus 10 into 20 is 200 upon 100, that is 2. So it is 32%. Now if the sign of final value is positive, then I can say that it is an increase, otherwise it will be a decrease. All right, I'll quickly take one more example. Let's say x first of all increased by 30% and then it decreased by 40%. Okay, so what will be the net percentage change? Now here the value of A will be equal to plus 30 and the value of B will be equal to minus 40. Careful, it's a 40% decrease, so the value of B will be minus 40. All right, so I'll apply the formula 30, that is A, plus B, B का value है minus 40, so it will be minus 40, plus A into B whole divided by 100. All right. So final answer will be 30 minus 40 minus. Now 30 into 40 is 1200. 1200 upon 100 is 12. Okay. So final answer will be minus 22 percentage. Wonderful, Vicky and King. So it will be minus 22%, or I can say that there will be a net decrease of 22%. All right. Fine. So this is how we apply this formula. Okay. Now later in today's lecture, we'll be looking at the applications of all these things. So let's quickly jump on to some of the questions of pie charts. Okay. So the first question or the first set of pie chart on your screen now. Now question says that the below pie chart gives the percentage distribution of the sales of 6 car companies. So the car companies here are Kia, Honda, Suzuki, Fiat, Volkswagen and Toyota. Okay, the total sales is given as 227 lakhs. Okay, and the pie chart gives you the percentage distribution of this sales. So total sales being 227 lakhs. Okay, so I can say that for Volkswagen it is 11%. So the sales of Volkswagen will be 11% of 227. Sales of Toyota will be 21% of 227 and so on. Okay. Now friends, in this question we'll understand that there is no need to basically do a lot of calculations. There is no need to find the respective values of the sales for all these 6 car companies. Okay, so what we can do is we can reduce the amount of calculations that we are doing. Okay, so obviously, like in a lot of questions, it is actually not required to find the complete values of these car companies respectively. All right, so let's have a look at the first question. The pie chart will be displayed with every question. Don't you worry, no need to note down these values. Just understand. अभी सिर्फ समझने का काम करना है, ठीक है? And later on, while practicing, try to apply the techniques, the concepts, the methods that I'm teaching you. Okay? So learning is important, but implementation is also important while practicing these questions. So do apply these techniques later on. Okay. So first question is, what is the sales of Honda? Now very simple question, straightforward question. Okay. Why I have kept this? Because I want to show you an easier way of doing calculations. Okay. So sales of Honda is 18% of 227. Now I can do this question orally. Okay, I'll not be writing 18% of 227 as 18 upon 100 multiplied by 227. I'll not be multiplying 18 and 227. No, I'll not be doing that. Okay, so what I'll do is I need to calculate 18% of 227. So what I'll do is I'll break 18% in two parts, 20% and 2%, and I'll subtract them. So I'll calculate 20%, I'll calculate 2% and we'll take the difference. Now this thing can be done orally or by minimizing the amount of rough work. Okay. Now let's move on in this direction. So I'll start with 10%. The 10% of this value is 22.7. I'll multiply it by 2 to obtain 20%. So 22.7 multiplied by 2 will be 45.4. Multiply by 2 करना है, बहुत easy है, ठीक है? So this value is 20% of 227, right? Now I need to write 2%. So 20% मेरे सामने है. 20% से 2% अगर calculate करना है, so you can just shift the decimal. So 2% will be 4.54. All right. Okay. Now do the subtraction and you will get your answer. Fine. So if you want to understand, like if you want to do the approximation, I can say that my answer will be somewhere around 40-41%. Okay. 40-41% के पास होगा. So no need to find the exact answer. No need to find the exact answer if there is only one option which is somewhere around 40-41. Okay. Subtraction कर लेते हैं. So 0 लगा दिया, 6. All right. Then 13 minus 5 is 8. 40.04. Okay, so 40.86 will be the final answer. Okay, but believe me, you will not require to do these entire calculation, right? So just calculate 20% of this, which is 45 point something. Something is absolutely fine. This is 20%, then 2% will be 4.5. All right, so 45 minus 4.5 will be equal to 40.5. Okay, so my answer will be somewhere around 40 and 41. You can mark your answer among the options. That's it. इससे ज्यादा close options नहीं होते. Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next question. The question is, what is the difference between the sales of Fiat and Suzuki? Okay, now difference between the sales of Fiat and Suzuki. So Suzuki is 27%, Fiat is 7%. Okay, now there is no need to calculate the values of Fiat and Suzuki separately. Now since Fiat is 7% and Suzuki is 27%, and for these two values the base is same. For these two values the base is same. So I can say that the difference between these two values will be the difference in these percentage values, that is 20% of 227. That's all. Okay, so no need to calculate separate values for Fiat and Suzuki. Okay, so if the bases are same, this particular thing can be done. I'm repeating it again and again. This can be done if the base is same. The base for both the values was 227 lakhs. So just take the difference between the percentages 27 and 7, which is 20. So calculate 20% of 227, which will be 45.4. So your answer will be 45.4. All right. Am I clear? Okay. Now let's move on quickly to the next question. Sales of Honda is what percentage less than the sales of Toyota? Okay. Now Honda is 18 and Toyota is 21. So I'll write both these values. So Honda is 18% of total. Okay. 227 लिख देते हैं. Toyota is 21% of 227. Okay. Now again, you don't have to calculate the exact values for Honda and Toyota. Okay. Now they have the same base, so this particular thing will definitely get cancelled while doing the calculations. Okay, I'll show you the calculations. So basically I have to find out Honda is what percentage less than Toyota. Okay, so in the numerator I'll write their difference. So their difference will be 3% of 227 divided by than the sales of Toyota. So in denominator I'll be writing the sales of Toyota. Okay, that's it. Okay, multiply by 100 करना है, लिखना है लिखो, नहीं लिखना तो मत लिखो. Okay, fine. Am I clear? So the sales of Honda is what percentage less than the sales of Toyota? So important is Piyush, Vicky, other students. Important is the denominator here. Numerator is pretty much clear. It will be the difference. Okay. The question is asking than the sales of Toyota. So in the denominator, we will be putting the sales of Toyota, not the sales of Honda. Am I clear to all of you? Okay. So here answer will be 3 upon 21, or simplifying it, it will become 1 by 7. All right. And 1 by 7, as we have already seen earlier in this session, it will be 14.28%. Okay. So the basic mistake that some of you have done, or a lot of us commit this mistake. So we do the mistake while writing the denominator, right? Now the denominator is mentioned in the question. हमें किस चीज से compare करना है? Than the sales of Honda, than the sales of Toyota, it will be mentioned. So in this case, it is clearly mentioned. We have to compare the difference with the sales of Toyota. So Toyota will go in the denominator, right? Am I clear? Fine. So let's move on to the next one. If the pie chart is redrawn, converting the percentage values into the angles, then for how many companies the central angle will be more than 45 degrees? Okay, for how many companies the central angle will be more than 45 degrees? Now there are two ways of doing this. We know that total angle is 360 degrees. Okay, so one way is convert all these percentages into the angles and then compare them with 45 degrees. Okay, so if I'll try to convert Honda, so Honda will become 18 percentage of 360. ओके, अब 18 परसेंटेज कैलकुलेट करना है तो 20% क्या होगा इसका 72 minus 7.2. I hope all of you remember this thing. So 72 minus 7.2, so it will be 84.8. So यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा 84.8 degrees. Okay, wait, sorry, 64, I'm sorry. So it will be 64. What I'm doing. So 72 minus 7.2, it will be 64.8. All right, 64.8. Right. So likewise, I can write the degrees for all of them, and then we'll see कि कौन सा वाला 45 डिग्री से ज्यादा है, कौन सा वाला 45 डिग्री से कम है. Now there is another way of doing this. What I can do is I can convert this 45 degree into percentages. Now 45 degree को percentage में convert करने के लिए I'll divide it by total degrees. Okay, I'll divide it by total degrees. Exactly, Vicky. So 45 upon 360. What is this percentage? If I'll simplify, it will become 1 upon 8. And 1 upon 8 is, again, these percentage equivalents of fractions are helping us. So 1 upon 8 is 12.5. 12.5 percentage. Now we have to see if all these values are converted into angles, then which angles or how many angles will be more than 45 degrees. I've converted 45 degrees to the percentage 12.5. So I'll just check how many of these percentage values are more than 12.5. Okay, so 12.5 से ज्यादा कौन कौन है? This is not, and the remaining 4 are more than 12.5. Okay, so here the answer will be, there will be 4 companies whose central angle will be more than 45 degrees. All right, great. So this was the first set of pie charts. Now friends, let's increase the difficulty level a little bit, okay, and have a look at one question involving 2 pie charts. Okay, so the question in front of you now. The question says that below pie charts show the total population as well as the percentage breakup of population for 5 countries. So these are the 2 pie charts. Just have a look at them. I'll wait for you for a few seconds. Okay. Now, pie chart is for year 2019, where the total population for these 5 countries is 180 crores. These 5 countries are India, US, Canada, UK, and Australia. Okay. Now the color coding is mentioned at the bottom. Okay. So in the first pie chart, the breakup of population for India is 10%, US is 15%, Canada 20, UK 25, and Australia 30%. In the similar manner, for year 2020, the total population now for these 5 countries has become 225 crores, and the percentage breakup of the population is also mentioned in this pie chart. All right, so this pie chart is pretty easy to understand. Okay, now let's have a look at the questions related to this. Okay, so question number 1. So pie charts are mentioned on the right hand side. Okay, so question number 1, what is the difference between the population of US among the 2 mentioned years? Okay, now population of US, so US is this one I'm marking in the pie charts. So in the first case, the breakup, the percentage breakup for USA is 15%, and in the second case it is 18%. Now, the way we have done in the previous question, in the previous pie chart, I cannot directly calculate the difference of these values. So 15 and 18 का direct difference नहीं ले सकते because in this case the bases are different for these two values. ठीक है, bases different है यहाँ पे. Okay, so first case year 2019 की अगर बात करते हैं, so year 2019 the population of USA is 15% of 180 crores. Okay. Now let's quickly calculate this value orally. 10% कितना होगा? 10% will be 18. Now if 10% is 18, so 5% will be half of that, that is 9. So the population will be 27 crores. So population of US in 2019 will be 27 crores. Okay, am I clear? Now let's talk about population in 2020. Now population in 2020 will be 18% of, now I have a different base, it is 225. Okay, 18% of 225. Now let's calculate 18%. We already know how to calculate 18%. So 18% will be 20% minus 2%. So 20% will be 22.5 multiplied by 2, that is 45, minus 2% will be 4.5. So this will be 40.5. All right. So the difference between these two values, 40.5 and 27, the difference here will be equal to 13.5. So 13.5 crores will be your final answer. Fine. Now, in this case, we had to calculate the difference. So there was no other shorter way of basically calculating this answer, because the percentage values were different, 15% and 18%, and the bases were also different. Okay, what I can do is I can just save time in these calculations. So instead of calculating 15% of 180 by writing it as 15 upon 100 into 180, I can calculate these values orally the way we have seen at the beginning of this session. Okay, let's quickly move on to the next question. The second question is, if a pie chart is drawn for year 2019, convert the percentages into angles, then what will be the central angle represented by Canada? I'll wait for a few seconds for all of you, and I want all of you to be writing your answer in the chat box. Come on, quickly do that. So what will be the angle represented by Canada in 2019? Come on, write your answer. Okay, so total angle obviously will be 360 degrees, and Canada represents 20% of that. Okay, so I'll just quickly calculate 20% of 360 degrees, which can be written as 72. Okay, so wonderful. King, you have already written the answer. Great. So answer will be 72. Okay, so 72 will be the central angle represented by Canada. Garvit, Himanshu, good. So both of you have also written the answer. So 72 degrees will be the angle represented by Canada in 2019. Okay, fine. Let's move ahead and raise the difficulty level a bit. What is the percentage change in population of India from 2019 to 2020? Okay, percentage change from 2019 to 2020. Now friends, I'll be discussing different methods for this one. Okay, now the first way is, let's calculate the values. So percentage increase, percentage change in the population of India from 2019 to 2020. So first of all, I'll calculate the population of India in 2019. So 2019, it is 10% of 180, which will be equal to 18. All right. 10% of 180, that is 18. So this is India and this is also India. Now in 2020, the value will be 11% of 225. Now 11% will be 10%, that is 22.5 plus 1%, which is 2.25. So it will be equal to 24.75. Okay. Now in this case, wait, Shivani, Himanshu, King, ruk jao. So 24.75. Now the initial value here is 18. I'm sorry, I'll rewrite this. Okay, so initial value here is 18 and the final value is 24.75. Okay, now 18 से 24.75 value has changed by how much? 6.75 divided by 18. Okay, multiply by 100. लिखना है लिखो, नहीं लिखना छोड़ सकते हो. So 6.75 divided by 18. Now in this case we are given the options. मैंने options भी लिख दिए हैं. Okay, so if I want to eliminate options now 18, one of the options you can see is 33.33, which is 1/3. Okay, now listen how to basically shortlist among the options. Now option C is 33.33, that is 1/3. Now 18 का 1/3 कितना होता है? 18 का 1/3 is 6. So if the numerator would have been 6, the answer would have been 1/3 or 33.33. Now here the numerator is more than 6, so answer should be more than 33.33, and we have only one option like that, which is 37.5. So my answer should be 37.5%. Okay, now let's do the calculations also. So if I want to do this calculation, I can write it as, okay, multiply by 100 लिख दो. So that is 675 divided by 18. All right, I'll cancel out 9. So denominator will become 2 and numerator will become 75. 75 divided by 2 is 37.5. So yes, our answer is 37.5. Okay, this was one method. Now let's have a look at the second method. Now here 6.75 and 18, these two values were a bit difficult to understand. Okay, now let's look at an easier way, a little easier way. So I'll write the initial value, which is 10% of 180. The final value is 11% of 225. Now initial value and final value, I have written both of them. Now, before you start doing anything else, before you start calculating these values, try to cancel some common factors between this initial and the final value. Try to cancel out some common factors. So, if I'll cancel some common factors, 180 and 225, out of these, I can cancel 5. So, this will become 36. This will become 45. Further, I can cancel 9 out of it. So this will become 4 and this will become 5. Okay. Also, I can cancel percentage from both sides. Okay. So on the left hand side, I'll be getting 10 into 4 and on the right hand side, it is 11 into 5. Further, I can cancel 5 on both sides. So on the left hand side, I'm left with 8 and on the right hand side, I'm left with 11. Okay, so I can say that after this cancellation, initial value has become 8 and final value has become 11. So now there is a percentage change of numerator change 8 to 11. The value has increased by 3 upon initial value. So there is a percentage change of 3 by 8 into 100. अब 3 by 8 calculate करना है. So do we already remember what is 1 by 8? 1 by 8 was 12.5%. So 3 by 8 will be 3 times this value, that is 37.5%. All right. So I can say that if you want to reduce the efforts that you are going to make in these calculations, okay, so just cancel out some common factors from initial and final value and then do the calculations. Okay, so this is one wonderful method. Now it can be implemented, it can be applied at a lot of places. So wherever you need to find out percentage change, You have initial, you have final value. Quickly cancel out the common factors, reduce the values to the small values, small numbers, and then do the calculation. Okay, fine. Now let's move on and see one more method to get this answer. Okay, now in the first half of this lecture, we have seen a formula a plus b plus ab upon 100. Okay, a plus b plus ab upon 100. Right? This was the formula of successive percentage change. So I'll be applying this formula in this case, in this question. Okay, so first of all, I'll erase this formula and let's have a look at some of the important facts that we must know before we apply this formula. Okay, now in this case, going from year 19 to year 20, going from year 19 to 20, the base has increased, the base has changed. Okay, so first of all, I'll try to find out what is the percentage change in the base. Okay, बहुत easy है calculate करना. Initially it was 180 and finally it was 225. We have just seen if I'll reduce these values, it will become 4 and 5. So initial value is 4, final value is 5. So 4 से लेके 5 तक कितना percentage change हुआ है? From 4 to 5, what is the percentage change? The percentage change is 1 divided by 4, that is 25 percentage. Okay, so I can say that the base has increased by 25 percentage. All right, this is the first part. Now the second part, I need to find out the percentage change in population for India. Okay, now in these two pie charts, just look at the percentage breakup for India. So initially the percentage breakup was 10 and finally it has become 11. Okay, I'll just look at the percentage breakup. Okay, so initially it was 10 and finally it is 11. So this value 10 to 11 has changed by what percentage? Original value is 10, final value is 11. So it has changed by 1 upon 10, or in terms of percentages, it has increased by 10%. Okay, I'll repeat both these points once again. For the base, initially it was 180, finally it was 225. I'll calculate what is the percentage change in the base. So after reducing, I've got 4 and 5 as the initial and final values. So there was a change of 1 over the initial value of 4, giving me a change of 25 percentage. Similarly, if I talk about the percentage breakup, 10 and 11 for India in these 2 years. Okay, now from 10 to 11, what is the percentage change? So change is 1 over the initial value of 10. Okay, so it is 10%, right? So the base has increased by 25% and the percentage breakup has increased by 10%. So I can say that overall, the net percentage change in the population of India can be calculated by applying or by using this formula a plus b plus ab upon 100. The value of a is 25, the value of b is 10, a into b is 250, divided by 100 is 2.5, and your final answer is 37.5 percentage. Okay, now this is a very useful technique that can be applied obviously in this question, but let's see how this technique will help you in the next question. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now the question is, for how many of the given countries, we are given 5 countries, so for how many of the given countries the change in population is more than 25% from 2019 to 2020. Now, if you understand the technique that I've just explained you, there is no need to even pick up a pen to solve this question. Okay, इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर अब आप orally calculate कर सकते हो. I will certainly use pen because I have to explain this particular thing to all of you. Okay, now here we have seen that already in the base already in the base there is an increase of 25%. Okay, already in the base there is an increase of 25%. Okay, so if the percentage breakup for a country will increase, then the net percentage change will be more than 25%. Otherwise, if the percentage breakup for any country will decrease, the net percentage change will be less than 25%. Okay, right? Wait, King, Himanshu, Vicky, hold karo. Okay? So, do you understand what I have just mentioned? I'll repeat it very quickly. Already in the base, there is an increase of 25%. Okay, already in the base, there is an increase of 25%. Point number one. If the percentage breakup of any country will remain same, if the percentage breakup for any country will remain same, then the net percentage change in the population for that country will be equal to 25%. Point number two, if the percentage breakup for any country will increase, then the net percentage change will be more than 25%. Point number three, otherwise, if the percentage breakup for any country will decrease, the net percentage change will be less than 25%. All right. So let's see for which countries the percentage breakup has increased. Now for India, originally it was 10 and now it is 11 in the next year. So I can say that it has increased. So for India, the net percentage change in the population will be more than 25%. Next country is US. For US, initial percentage breakup was 15 and finally it is 18. So again for US, the percentage breakup has increased. So the net percentage change will be more than 25%. Same thing has happened for Canada. But for UK and Australia, the percentage breakup has decreased. So I can say that the net change in the population of these two countries will be less than 25%. All right. So answer will be 3 countries, not 4, not 5. Okay. So understanding this technique will obviously now save a lot of time. Okay. चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करते हैं, लास्ट क्वेश्चन फॉर द डे एंड देन विल स्टॉप हियर. ओके, नाउ थोड़ा सा टफ है ये. नाउ क्वेश्चन इज सेइंग दैट फ्रॉम ईयर 2020 टू ईयर 2021. सो 2021 का तो पाई चार्ट गिवन ही नहीं है. लेट्स रीड द क्वेश्चन. सो फ्रॉम ईयर 2020 टू ईयर 2021 देयर इज एन इंक्रीज ऑफ 20% each in the population of India, US, UK and Australia. But the population of Canada remained the same. Okay, so they're talking about the next year 2021. So the population of India, US, UK and Australia, all of them, they have increased by 20%, but the population of Canada has remained the same. Okay, now if a new pie chart is drawn for the year 2021, then what will be the percentage contribution of Canada? Okay, now what happens in such questions is we tend to start calculating the populations of these countries first of all in the year 2020, then in the year 2021. Okay, so we have the value of population of these countries for year 2020, 11% of 225, 18% of 225 and so on. So this is what we do. Then we calculate their population in 2021. So for India, US, UK and Australia, it has increased by 20% and for Canada, it has remained same. Now, after getting the values, the respective populations for the year 2021, we add up those values. We have to look at the contribution of Canada. So Canada divided by total for 2021 multiply by 100. This is how generally we think of solving this type of question. No, my dear friends, no, this is not the way. So let's have a look at an easier approach. So what I'll do is, instead of 225 crores, I'll assume this value as 100x. Simple, 100x assume kar liya. Okay. India, US, UK, Australia, and Canada. Let's write their percentages. So India is 11%, 11% of 100x. So obviously it will become 11x. Then for US it is 18x. For UK it is 22x. For Australia it is 24x. And for Canada it is 25x. Alright. Now question mentions that the population of each of India, US, UK, and Australia, each of these four countries, the population increased by 20%. Now, since 20% is the increase in each of these values, so I can say that their sum, which is 75x. अब जल्दी से कैसे कैलकुलेट किया? Canada 25x है तो remaining 75x होगा ही होगा. Okay. So I can say that if individually the population has increased by 20%, so their sum will also increase by 20%. So if these were the values in 2020, the values for 2021, the combined value for India, US, UK, and Australia increase 75 by 20%. So what will it become? 75 को 20% से increase कर दो, it will become 90x. Okay, so population of these four countries has become 90x altogether. Population of Canada has remained the same, so it will remain 25x as it is. Okay, now the total population is 115x. So 115x is the total population. Now you can do the calculations. What will be the percentage contribution of Canada in 2021? So percentage of Canada will be contribution of Canada, which is 25x divided by 115x into 100. Okay, 5 common ले लेते हैं. So it will become 5 upon 23. Okay, so 5 upon 23 will be your final answer. अब 5 upon 23 को convert करना है. So do you remember 1 upon 23? Do you remember 1 upon 23? Yes. So 1 upon 23, I told you Pythagorean triplet. So it was 4.35. So 1 by 23 was 4.35. I need 5 upon 23. So multiply this by 5. So 5 multiplied by 4.35. So somewhere around 20, 21, 21.75. Okay, 21.75 will be your final answer. Okay, am I clear? So this is how you can reduce the amount of calculation. अगर हम इस क्वेश्चन को नॉर्मल वैल्यूज कैलकुलेट करके करते, so we would have taken more than 5 minutes. But if you apply this particular technique, if you understand all these things, normally क्या होता है, हमें पता ही नहीं होता कि हम ये चीज कर सकते हैं या फिर नहीं. Okay, so now you know what can be done in such cases. Okay, so start applying, start implementing all these things while doing practice of these questions. All right, friends, so that's all from my side for the day. I will keep meeting all of you on Tuesdays, all the Tuesdays of this month at 11 a.m. Okay, and we'll be doing some different types of techniques as well as questions related to data interpretation. Okay, so we'll see you on next Tuesday on the same platform, YouTube, the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. All right, so wait for me till the next class. Have a good day. Now, friends, those who are looking to join for any of the programs for CAT 20 and CAT 21 and CAT 22. So this year, like recently, we have started a crash course for CAT 21. So if you are looking to prepare or looking to revise all these concepts, then you can enroll for this batch. This is a 2-month crash course, and I will be one of the faculty who will be teaching quant in this batch. Okay. Now another batch for CAT 22, a complete course. We are starting with the batch 5 of this one. So all the details are mentioned on the screen for the same. All India open mock for CAT 2021 can be attempted. So this mock is live up till 14th of October. Okay, so please test your preparation for CAT. Understand what level have you already achieved vis-a-vis other students who will be taking this free mock across India. Now, these are certain online classroom programs for CAT and other MBA examinations that we offer at BYJU'S. Some online classroom programs for CAT 21, a percentile boosted course, and CAT 22, a complete course. The details are completely mentioned. Now, if you want to inquire more, you can call at the number which is given below at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Friends, this is the list of experts that we have on our panel. Now, please do one thing right now. If you like this session, press the like button, write some comments in the comment section, share this session, and subscribe our channel. Please do that. So that's all from my side. You can follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Facebook, join us on Telegram, and you can subscribe this channel. Thank you very much. Have a good day.